You know what? Let me just start off by saying that I'm sorry. My last entry was a bit too fast-paced, and it was just badly written. So, if you guys didn't understand anything, that's on me. I was just very nervous after what I saw down there, which led me to write in a rush and in a panic. Let me just recap real quick. About 2 days ago, I got to Disneyland, went to Toontown, found the green door, opened the door, and to my surprise, the story, the green door, was actually real. There was an actual green door in Toontown, hidden away perfectly from the public eye. And after I examined the inside of the room, let's just say that I had an encounter with an old friend. You know who I'm talking about. I then closed the door as soon as I saw him, and quickly went back to my hotel room, since I had seen more than I wanted to, and really needed to see. Right now, my next stop is the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and I just don't know what to expect anymore. But here goes nothing. As I was heading towards Critter Country, I couldn't bother to ask myself, what would happen to me after all this? What would I do if the same thing that happened to those people happened to me? I was starting to overthink so much that I didn't realize that I had arrived at my destination. The park, like always, was full, and there was no way I would be able to get off of the cart in the middle of an attraction. So my plan was to, for now, at least see if the yellow bunker door mentioned in the story was there. I got on a cart and was on my way. On the ride, I quickly reread the story part where the guy got off of the ride. The part where Pooh is stuck on the wall of honey. Okay, I said to myself. And around a minute later, that part of the ride came. I examined the area. And to my surprise, nothing. I was dumbfounded. What the hell? I asked myself. The ride came to a stop, and I decided to ask a worker of the ride for the door. I got off the ride, went over to a worker, and asked, "Hey, ma'am, excuse me. I know I probably shouldn't ask this, but have you seen a yellow type of a bunker door on this ride?" Her face became pale white. The color of her face and the bright smile she had seconds ago vanished as I popped the question. I think you're lost, sir. There's no such thing as a yellow bunker door here. As she said this, I knew she was lying. I was about to tell her everything that I'd experienced and had read about, but she seemed near catatonic, so for her sake, I decided to just leave and come back to the ride later. I walked out of the ride and sat on a nearby bench, thinking where to go next. Though the Winnie the Pooh ride was the only ride that I had in mind. How was the door not there? Doors don't just disappear out of nowhere. I mean, the stories are connected, right? No. Maybe not. But they have to be, though. It can't be just a coincidence, I thought to myself. I gasped as millions of questions attacked my mind, and looked around the park thinking of how a place like this had its dark secrets. And that's when I saw it. In the crowd of people was a Winnie the Pooh. And not just any Winnie the Pooh. I know exactly what you're thinking. How is a monster like that going to walk around the park unnoticed? But see, it was disguised. And how did I know? His black, beady eyes. The ripped ear. It didn't have its long fangs and claws, but it was so different from the other Pooh costumes. Do you remember the 1989 Winnie the Pooh mascot? Terrifying, right? It was almost like that one, except one of its ears was ripped, and its eyes were huge and black, and its whole body was massive. I mean, it looked like an actual fucking bear. How did people not notice this was beyond me. But I didn't care. I stared at it in disbelief as I saw it walk behind the building of the Winnie the Pooh ride and fading out of view. I decided to wait it out for the park to close. Hours passed, the moon was out already, guests were leaving, and I decided to hide behind a building of the park. When the speaker's echoes emanated throughout the park, stating that it was indeed closed, I came out of my hiding spot and held my flashlight with a tight grip, nervous about what lied ahead. Well, here goes nothing.